in space.
Well, he may be sitting on the answer to the oil crisis. The governor of Montana thinks he can bail us out of the energy crunch, something speculators on Wall Street may not want him to make public. What could be a stash of up to 40 billion barrels of black gold. I say billion with a B. It lives beneath a particular region, a rural part of East Montana, and a find that could slow down soaring gas prices. Right now, just sitting just shy of $4 a gallon out there. Take a look at the average. Ouch, $3.98. The man with the plan is Gov.Brian Schweitzer, and he joins us live. Good morning, Governor.
Megan, Bill, good to be on this morning.
All right, so that's a big number, 40 billion barrels potential of crude. Where is it exactly, and why aren't we tapping into it?
Well, it's called the Bakken Formation, and it's a shale that lies 8,000 to 10,000 feet beneath the surface in eastern Montana and western North Dakota, a little bit in Saskatchewan. Now, we've actually been drilling in this Bakken and a lot of other geologic structures in that area for the last 70 years. But it's new technology that allows us to horizontally drill. In other words, you drill straight down 8,000 feet, and then you drill a mile horizontally in every direction, and then you fracture the shale. So you break up this very hard rock, and the oil begins to flow. This new technology we started using about 5 or 6 years ago, and now the minimum that we believe is recoverable with current technology, not even suggesting the technology that we'll have 5 years from now, is 4 to 10 or even 20 billion barrels. Many people believe that this one geologic structure, 8,000 feet below the surface of the prairie, holds 40 billion barrels. And just to tell you what that means, we import 4 billion barrels a year. They're talking about ANWR might be having up to maybe 10 billion barrels. So it could be 4 times larger than ANWR. This is a place that we've been drilling oil for the last 70 years. We have all of the infrastructure there, and the people that live near Sydney, Montana, they want to drill oil and they want to build refineries.
All right, Governor, so that sounds so promising. Why isn't the federal government running, not walking, to help you and get some of that oil out there for us?
Well, I can promise you I don't want the federal government helping me with anything, because almost every time they get involved in something, they mess it up. We'll do this in the state of Montana, the state of North Dakota, and we'll do it with private enterprise. You keep the federal government out of this thing, and we'll develop the energy.
How soon can we reap the rewards of it? I think our viewers are watching this thinking, is it going to affect that $3.98 a gallon I'm looking at?
Megan, the problem is that folks in the east and west coast are kind of living in a fog. Montana has increased our oil production by 50% during the last 3 years. We have been developing the Bakken. We have been increasing our production in Montana. Only 2 states have increased the oil production, Montana and North Dakota.
Now, let me ask you this. You say it's 40 billion potential barrels. The U.S. Geological Services says not so much, at most 4.3 billion barrels of recoverable oil in that Bakken region.
They didn't say not so much. They said at least 4.3 billion recoverable with current technology, and other people with the USGS have estimated up to 60 billion barrels. So it depends on how we develop this new technology. Look, the oil is there. It's just that it's 8,000 feet deep and it's locked up in a very strong rock. Let me tell you something. We need to produce American energy that's developed by American engineers and with American workers. If we get this right, we'll never send another generation to an oil war. We can develop wind and coal and oil in Montana. We don't need the oil that's coming from dictators anymore.
Gov.Brian Schweitzer, thanks so much for the update. I'm sure our viewers are fired up about this because we get emails every day about this oil problem and the soaring gas prices. So thanks for your proposed solution. Very interesting.
I'll tell you the other thing I want to do out there. They want to build a refinery in that part of Montana.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it hasn't been done in 30 years in this country, and it's tough to find.
Bakken region.
We're not the only nation filled with angry drivers. Hundreds of